Hello Twin Flames, and here is your weekly card reading. And so we've got the divine feminine energy on the left hand side, divine masculine energy on the right hand side, and then union energy in the center. So let's take a look what's going on for the divine feminine this week. And here we have the first card is the card of transformation. And it says here, the process of upgrading one's ability to navigate through the obstacles of life while maintaining inner peace. And of course, transformation on the twin flame journey happens when you heal the blocks, when you release the fears and the beliefs that you hold on to, which lead to an external reality that reflects a seeming disconnect from love or a phase of separation from love. And remember, that's only ever an illusion. You can heal that by using the mirror exercise, and you can transform so that your vibration, your energy, transforms from one of fear back to one of love, which is your natural state. So we're not fixing anything, we're simply realigning to the truth. And that transformation, just like the image here, turns you into one of those beautiful butterflies there. It sets you free. So that's what we're aiming for on this journey, just to transform fear into love. So let's look at the next card that's coming up in that process. So as you can see, it's impatience. And when we are in a process of transformation, note that it takes time, right? It takes a process to happen. And of course, it always seems as though that's not happening fast enough. And impatience really is another illusion coming up in your awareness, which says things should be different than they are right now. But of course, what we learn with the teachings of union from Twin Flames Universe is that, you know, you do need a process. You do need to go through a journey. The journey itself has a meaning, because it's on the journey that you build a foundation of love within yourself. And that means that when your union comes in, that you can keep it. Because there's little point of trying to attract your union when you don't have a foundation, or it will crumble away. And you have to go through another cycle of separation. And of course, separation just isn't necessary. It only happens when we need to go on that inner healing journey, and when we really have come into harmony in our hearts, then union can come in and we can keep it. We can feel that foundation there, that security and stability there. So you can choose to release impatience and make a choice to accept where you're at right now, and to trust that everything is unfolding exactly how it's meant to. So let's have a look at the third card for the Divine Feminine. And here we have telepathy, which is a beautiful card to receive. And this is a lovely reassurance that you are, in fact, absolutely always connected to your twin flame in your heart. You are always communicating with them in your heart. So you are one there. You are one in your shared consciousness, one in your heart. And so, of course, anything you're going through is really what they're going through in their own way. It's always the same type of blocks that you're moving through. So your experience is really just a mirror of what's happening for them, although their reality might look very different. They have to experience their healing in their own way. So it's safe to let them do that. And it's also a beautiful gift for you to connect with them in your heart, to speak to each other there, and just ask them questions, see what happens in your heart, have a bit of fun with that. So now let's take a look at what's going on for the Divine Masculine this week. And the first energy we find here is this card that says vulnerable. And here we have the words feeling fear and doing it anyway, opening up and sharing their weakness. So vulnerability, people do see it as weakness. However, vulnerability is your strength, because only when you know that being authentic is how you're strong, when you're being real, when you're being true, then you know that you are unshakable by being vulnerable, because nothing can hurt you when you stand in a place of love. Love can't be hurt or attacked or harmed or broken. Love just is. So be authentic, choose to feel those feelings, and the Divine Masculine here is connecting with his vulnerability, which is a beautiful sign. And yeah, feel that fear, feel what's coming up in your heart there, and allow him to have that process, allow him to get clear on how he really does feel. And then obviously that can be shared, that opening up part there can be shared with another, feeling safe to share that innermost intimacy that vulnerability brings. Vulnerability is perfect for creating more and deeper intimacy, so it's very necessary on your twin flame journey back into union with each other. So let's see what else is happening with the Divine Masculine. And here we have the beautiful card of contemplation. So while he's in a process of vulnerability and exploring his feelings, feeling his fear, he is spending some time in quiet contemplation, and that means just inner connection. So whenever you connect with your heart, you also make that choice for your twin flame to connect with his heart, his feelings. And so he's doing that here. He's feeling those feelings, allowing himself to be vulnerable, allowing himself to connect with his truth. And that will always lead him back to his divine feminine. So that's a perfect card to see. And then let's see what the third card is for the Divine Masculine. And this week it is the card of self-sabotage. And it says here, judging, giving away power, focusing on the negative, building walls around the heart. And of course, if we've been vulnerable, have fears, then sometimes we sabotage by pushing love away, by making things go wrong, by not showing up, by just kind of deliberately causing problems. And so your twin flame, or the Divine Masculine here, is currently working through blocks to kind of not showing up for himself, for not creating foundation for himself, so things collapse and fall. And there might be some inner judgment that he's working through at this time. And here on the image we've got the kind of angelic and the devilish sides. And of course one side is ego, one side is God. And it's about listening to the right voice. And so that's what he's learning right now. And you don't need walls around your heart when you stand with real love, because you don't need to defend. There is only love. You know, Jeff and Shalia teach in the teachings of union that only love is real. So fear is illusion. And when we release fear, we recognize that we are strong. Okay, so now let's take a look at the union energy. And here we have two central cards, which is refusing to see. And so that's the first card that's come up for the union energy. And, you know, it does go with what happens on the twin flame journey when you're both working through vulnerability, transformation, and all of your blocks and healing, is sometimes you just don't want to see things as they really are. Sometimes you have a veil of illusion covering up the truth of your love. Sometimes you're just afraid to look at yourselves, to look at what's going on within you, to feel your feelings. Sometimes you have this idea that you're bad in some way, or judge yourselves. And really it's about recognizing that you are divine, that you are only love, and just letting go of that vision that you have, that mistaken identity, so that you can lift your head and connect with that beautiful divine light that is at the crown on this image here, and to be able to see clearly with that third eye that we see there in the image too. So just working through that pattern within your union. And then the last card here is an energy to perhaps consider to step into, to bring more of into your life. And it's the playfulness card, which is a beautiful antidote to kind of sometimes the heavy feelings that come up as we're healing. And it says here, laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. And so, you know, what can you do, whether you're in separation or already in your union? What can you do to be more playful this coming week? How can you have some fun? How can you use laughter to help yourself heal? Can you look at what ego says and see the light side of things and recognize that it's just an illusion? Can you laugh about what it says? And can you recognize that love really heals every single illusion, every single fear? And your twin flame is always with you in your heart. So maybe you can go and do something fun and invite your twin flame to do that with you together in your heart. And whatever you choose will naturally be something that your twin flame loves, because you are each other's perfect match. So that's the end of the reading for this week. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you'd like to do some coaching with me, some Ascension coaching, please check my details. Or perhaps if you'd like to arrange a reading, I offer those too. And thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.